Well, hi again, this is Dr. Michael Bogart, welcoming you back to clip 2 of this 6th set of videos in our Exploring World Religions series. In this clip about Buddhism, we'll be looking at Buddhist thoughts about the universe and whether it's even real. So stay tuned for that. So let's start with the core of Buddhist teaching, the Four Noble Truths. Out of his 6 weeks of deep meditation, Buddha condensed several principles. The first noble truth is simply that human existence boils down to misery. Now you may think, whoa, hang on, that's a pretty dim view of life. Surely he didn't mean that life is a total misery, and obviously he didn't. He knew that there were pleasures and perks in nearly everyone's life, as his early life had been full of them. So how could he describe life as misery? Well, it's because he very profoundly saw that even at its best, life is transient, it's temporary, it falls short of perfect happiness. There's always some disappointment, some flaw, some letdown. Life comes short of that permanent joy and peace that so many of us long for. So he called that misery. Noble truth number 2 is what causes that misery. Buddha taught that misery is caused by craving things that are actually delusions. Desiring permanent happiness and pursuing pleasure that completely fulfills, that's an illusion, he said. Expecting life to be free of suffering is also an illusion. Life just isn't like that. In fact, Buddha said that our perception of the world and reality itself is an illusion, that what we see around us isn't even real. Noble truth number 3 is that to end misery, one must end craving all delusions. So Buddha taught that people need to just quit longing for things that cannot be. Quit seeing the world around you as fully real. Quit wanting the illusions it presents before you as anything real and desirable. Wow. Okay, but how does a person do that? Which leads us to noble truth number 4. And that is, to end all cravings for delusions, one must follow the Eightfold Path. So what is the Eightfold Path? It's composed of several elements. First, to know the truth that the universe as we perceive it is not fully real. True reality is beyond what we see. And by the way, that makes classic Buddhism an acosmic type of religion. To resist evil is number 2. That is, to resist the temptation to see the universe as true reality and the things in it that it offers as desirable. Number 3 is to engage in no hurtful talk. Negative words reflect negative thoughts. Words take on a reality of their own, so don't think or talk negatively. Number 4, respect others and their property. To fail to do that is to harm people, and harm brings negative karma. 5 is to pursue a vocation that does not injure others. 6 is to rid the mind of evil. In other words, practice rigorous self-control of your thoughts. 7 is practice rigorous self-control of the body and all parts of your being. 8 is practice concentration or regular sustained meditation. The Eightfold Path is meant to lead to the Buddhist version of the Indian moksha, or emancipation from the endless cycle of karma and samsara. Buddhists call this emancipation nirvana. And nirvana is often seen as an extinguishing of desire for things that are unreal and attaining the resulting bliss from blowing out the candle of desire. So, did the Buddha actually teach that what we see around us is not real? Well, yes, he did. He taught that the nature of the visible cosmos is unreality, it's illusion, hence the need to control and retrain the mind to perceive true reality. The material world is also unreal due to constant change and flux. The room that you're sitting in has changed since you woke up this morning. Following a similar train of thought, the Buddha taught that the individual person is also unreal, since self is only a temporary combination of the elements of body, feelings, intellect, etc. These elements then dissolve at death to be reassembled in other combinations later in the reincarnation cycle. So Buddhists really don't believe in an eternal soul that stays intact forever. So what's the nature of the unseen world? Buddha refused to speculate on that, saying it was irrelevant to the primary problem of ending the cycle of suffering. He refused to spend time talking about deities or metaphysical possibilities. He thought that any gods that there may be cannot help with the task we must each solve for ourselves, which is ending cravings for delusions. Okay, remember that the Sangha is simply the congregation of Buddhists. To be a member, a follower of the Buddha, a person takes certain vows, and they are these. I take refuge in the Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma, which is the right way of living according to the Buddhist teachings. And I take refuge in the Sangha, which is the community of monks, nuns, and laity. Buddha sent out monks to preach, and in the early days, large numbers were converted in India. Now Buddhism is almost non-existent in its Indian motherland, but has spread far, far beyond. Members of the Sangha are supposed to abide by certain disciplines, and these are, number 1, no destruction of living things. Number 2, no stealing. Number 3, no sexual impurity. Number 4, no lying. Number 5, no intoxication. The average Buddhist, the laity, are responsible for these first 5. Numbers 6 through 10 apply to monks and nuns who are responsible for all 10. Number 6 would be abstain from eating at certain times of the day. Normally Buddhist monks and nuns eat 1 meal a day, usually in the late morning or early afternoon. Number 7 is to abstain from music and dance. Number 8 is no perfumes, unguents, or decorations. Number 8 is no sleeping on a raised bed. And number 10 is no receiving of gold or silver. Okay, that's enough for clip 2 of series 6. We'll pick up this overview of Buddhism in clip 3 by asking the question, does sex help you expand your mind? Some branches of Buddhism think it does. Until then, this is Dr. Michael Bogart for the Exploring World Religions series.